Yo, ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? It is your boy right here, MMA Reloaded. You know what time it is? It is that time once again to get real. Ha. It is the real deal show with some real deal shit. It is MMA Reloaded on the mic, folks. We are live and direct for episode 28. Wow. I just remember my 28 episodes of MMA Reloaded on the mic. Now, folks, people may say what's different between on the mic and real talk, and I explained this yesterday, folks, on episode 27. Is that on the mic is where young prospects, young breakout stars can shoot their shot, can have their own shoot interview, and can talk about their lives and their come up and their how they climb the ladder. That's for the young guys. That's for the young lions to come on the mic and talk their talk before they walk the walk. Now, real talk is the premier MMA Reloaded show. That's where it all started. Yeah, and over the years now, real talk has become a platform for me where I have big star. I have the biggest stars, the biggest fighters, and it's just a platform where it just gives me a pleasure. It just fills me with pleasure to sit with them as it does on the mic. Now, either way, on the mic, real talk, it's my pleasure. I'm the one getting a gift out of it by sitting with a young lion or sitting with a battle tested veteran. It's always my pleasure to have the guests that I've had. So, folks, it is it is that week once again. It's fight week, yo, and it's not just the UFC fight. It's not just Bellator fight week. It's not just PFL 6. It is all three of them, folks. This week, man. I'm thinking about it's only Tuesday, so even tomorrow night you've got Cage Warriors 123. Headlined by the middleweight championship fight between one of my guests on episode 25, Matt the Beast Bonner, challenging Matthias Frederick. Yeah, folks, and that's for the UK fans. That's for the real UK fans right there. Then you got PFL 6. Yeah, folks, where the women's lightweights and the heavyweights go face to face. And of course, there are changes in the PFL 6 lineup, as I'm sure you've come accustomed to PFL sort of shocking the system and introducing new fighters to the ranks. So there's also that. There is Bellator 261 and there's UFC Vegas 30. Now, folks, you know what that means, yeah? It means the breakdown is back this week, and that means that the breakdown isn't just this big anymore, yeah? Not covering just one event, it's covering 3. So the breakdown, folks, courtesy of MMA Reloaded on Instagram, is boom bam, live and direct, bigger and better, and it's going to get bigger and better times 3 for the PFL breakdown, the Bellator 261 breakdown, UFC Vegas 30 breakdown. We're definitely going to break the walls down in this one. So, folks, today's episode of MMA Reloaded on the mic is, it sort of defines what on the mic is all about. So, with me, I have a young lion, yeah, folks, an amateur out of Birmingham who is making waves right now on social media. Everyone wants to speak to him, and he hit me up, man, and so we've been chatting it off, and it gives me great pleasure to sit with him today and finally get to know the man behind the mask, so to speak, Mo the Terminator Zubair. Now, folks, Mo Zubair trains with Tom Breeze, and under Tom Breeze, under Jai Herbert at Team Renegade out there in Birmingham. So, folks, it's a very, he comes from a very established camp in the UK, and so today Yeah, and so this weekend, folks, on the 26th, Mo is going to be fighting a golden ticket promotions for the amateur bantamweight championship. So, folks, that is something to watch out for. He's going to be fighting Noah Mannion, who is also a very well-known fighter here in the kingdom. So, folks, that's always coming up. That's your live appetizer right there. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to do the particulars right now for Mo. Stay tuned, man. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We just did the particulars with Mo Zubair, who will be joining us, folks, in the blink of an eye. So, folks, with the amateur scene and with the UK scene, if you didn't watch our last episode with Almighty Fighting Championship promoter Ray Thompson, um, we had some real interesting intakes on why the amateur scene is so important, not only in the United Kingdom, but you would find now any fan who watches mixed martial arts religiously, like myself, will understand why the amateurs are so popular in the States. If you're in the States, watch Cage Fury, watch the XFC. If you are in the Kingdom, yeah, UK, you watch the Cage Warriors Academy, you follow Cage Warriors Academy, you follow Golden Ticket, you follow Almighty Fighting Championships, Cage Steel. Yeah, folks, that is real homegrown talent right there, folks. And to me, like Ray Thompson said yesterday, it's something that is coming on the mainstream and something where that fans are really paying attention to now. Is the amateur MMA scene. And so, folks, I've sat with real deal amateurs, folks, in this scene, and no doubt about it. Mo Zubair is one of them, folks. So we're gonna get down to that in just a jiff. So, folks, it, it's it's always something to pay attention. You know, is the amateur MMA scene. I know fans sort of skip over the prelims in the UFC, or you skip over the prelims at Bellator, or whenever you watch one championship, you only want to see the main event, or if you're one of those fans who say, "Oh, I'm just gonna tune in for the big fights," I don't watch none of this fight night shit bullshit. You're wrong. You're wrong. Because guys like this in Mozambique, amateurs, yeah, are the future of this sport. And when they come up into the bigger shows and bigger fights, what, you're not gonna watch them? Yeah, you are. So what's the difference? Why not follow them right from the start, right from the outset, as an amateur into the professionals, so you get a glimpse into you get a glimpse that this sport goes further than just the main event, than just fresh one. I think watching amateurs, you kind of sort of have a new respect for the game, no doubt about it. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is is fight week with UFC Vegas 30, folks. Cyril Gane takes on Alexander Volkov. Yeah, and if uh, and if I'm being real honest right now, this one is going to be a real deal fight, folks. No one, it could go to a decision. It could end in like the first 2 rounds, first 3 rounds. Who knows, man? Knowing Volkov and knowing how Alexander Volkov has been fighting as of late, folks, it could just end round one. But Cyril Gane is one of those guys who is just on he's like a new hybrid of heavyweight. Yeah, folks. He's built like a tank. Yeah, but he moves like a race car. And so, folks, we're gonna get down to that. Follow the breakdown on Instagram, man. That's where you'll see all the scoops to keep you in the loop. So, folks, Moza Beer's ready. I'm ready. Yo, Mo.
Yo, can you hear me? Yeah.
Yeah. What's going on, man? You alright?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Are you?
Yeah, I'm alright, man. I'm doing well, bro. No, man, thank you, bro. Thank you for coming on the show, man. Appreciate it, man. I know fight week is one of them times where it's a bit stressful, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So no, man, thank you, bro, for coming in.
Thank you, man.
So, bro, for fans who don't know who Mo the Terminator Zubair is, yeah, how did it start for you, bro? How did it start in MMA and combat sports?
So, when I was young, I must have been in school these times in like secondary school. My dad sent me to a boxing gym just to keep me out of trouble. That gym was only open like 3 times a week, and I go there, and then it got to a point where I wanted to learn more. I was like, whoa, I want to learn a bit more, man. And there was this MMA gym by my house, and it was a famous gym. I remember seeing there was like a UFC fighter there, which was Leon Edwards at the time. I was like, wow, I wanna go and learn this stuff. So remember I went there and done a bit of jiu-jitsu. I didn't really like it. I thought, what the fuck, man, I don't like this stuff. I done wrestling, I didn't like that. But I liked kicking and that. And because I'd done boxing, I was like, whoa, I like kicking, so I'm gonna stay. I'd avoid all the jiu-jitsu and wrestling sessions, and I'd just do loads as much striking as I could. And then I remember my coach was like, "Yo, if you want to fight, yeah, you gotta get on the grappling and wrestling." So they basically forced me to get on the grappling and wrestling classes, and I've never looked back ever since.
100%, bro. And even still now, so young in your career, bro, how difficult is it to grab and grasp like that well-rounded mixed martial arts skill, bro, and not just be a striker or not just be a grappler, bro? How difficult is it to keep a balance?
I believe that when you start to enjoy them all, it's easy to balance them together. Then, it got when I moved to Renegade, that's when I started to enjoy my grappling, enjoy my wrestling, and I was like, whoa, like I can mix this stuff together now, man, because I was confident in these areas. Whereas when you're not confident in certain areas, you're gonna find it hard to mix because you don't want to say I'm just confident standing. I don't want to be going to the floor, so I'm gonna be like, oh, I don't want to go to the floor because I'm not comfortable. And then when you're not comfortable in an area, you can't mix it up because you don't want to be going to them areas.
No, 100%. And so when when fighters say, oh, and when fighters do like neglect their grappling or do neglect their striking, kickboxing, or does that show like a lack of discipline or lack of commitment to on their point to sort of keep evolving?
It's, yeah, but it's down to the person, I think. Really, if you don't like them certain areas, then yeah. But at the end of the day, it's mixed martial arts, man. It's everything. You need to be good everywhere, man. If you're not good everywhere, you're gonna get eaten. You get me?
Yeah, man. No, 100%. When let's talk about the 26th, bro. Let's talk about golden ticket promotions, man. Bro, I respect you for this, man, because you're taking the title fight on short notice. Yeah, you were scheduled for a fight anyway on the card, right? And
Yeah.
you took a title fight on short notice. So I guess it's not really short notice, bro, because you already been training for it. But mentally and physically, bro, how are you coming into to this one, man?
Everything's strong, bro. Like as soon as I got told they want to fight for the title, your opponent wants to change the weight, which was a bit mad halfway through camp. I was like, you know what, I'm game, man. I've been preparing for everything. Like people are like, oh, it's 5 rounds from 3. I was preparing for 5 rounds anyway, even though I was fighting for 3. So I'm always preparing that extra bit.
Yeah,
You know?
comedy. I mean, and does it probably helped you as well, bro, that you already had a fight coming up that day anyway. So the weight was on point. The the camp was on point. Yeah, bro. But just being a change of opponent. Yeah, did you have to change anything last minute or um you know like mentally or in training camp, bro?
Not really, because for this camp, even for my last opponent, we weren't even focusing on him. My coaches watched him and said
Yeah,
what they believe his strengths were, but me training, I wasn't focusing on a certain area. I wasn't focusing on my opponent. I was focusing on what I wanted to do, what I want to do this fight. Not, say my opponent's a grappler. Let's avoid the ground. Nah, man, I'm focusing on what I want to do. I've made leaps. I've come up leaps and bounds since January. So I'm comfortable everywhere.
yeah, man, 100%, boy. And that's what you were saying earlier, right? Is that is
Yeah.
that if you have fun with this shit, yeah, and you have fun training, you have fun while rounding out your skills, yeah, in a fight, your confidence is just gonna be going up, right? Because you put in that work, yeah.
Yeah, it's true,
So
man.
so when we talk about amateur MMA, yeah, but and right now you are an amateur, or you got 9 fights under your record, under your name, and when we talk about when we talk about the resume and the guys that you fought, yeah, it's not easy walk, bro. Yeah,
It's not an easy walk, man.
people might think that, oh shit, his record is this and this, yeah, but most people don't really take notice of who you fought, bro. Yeah,
Yeah.
like top level guys, man. So, well, my question is, what do you what do you take away from these types of fights as an amateur, bro, and a guy who's still evolving and still yet to go to the professionals? What do you take away as a lesson after each fight?
It's always learning, like it's a loss or a win, whatever. But at the end of the day, after all my fights, I'm always looking at what I did wrong, what I can improve on. And that's what I go back to the gym and do every time. The record it shows nothing, because I fought all high level guys. Every guy I fought, they're like the high level. They've got either like a big striking background, where they've had like boxing fights or Thai fights, whatever. Like all these guys I'm fighting, they're not jokes. So okay, if I wanted to, I could have easily went say 10-0 as an amateur in cans. But why? What's the point? Because when you turn pro, the guys that have got them big fancy amateur records, they get found out. So when I turn pro, I'm already going to be used to that high level, because I've brought that high level up from amateur. So
So, bro, I mean, does that going into fights like this, yeah, and championship fights, yeah, and the fact that you are and have been a GP UK champion as well, bro, yeah, does that sort of give you like it puts like less pressure on you, bro? Do you think coming into bigger fights, knowing the fact that you fought this guy and that guy and you've held belts? Yeah, bro. Does that put less pressure on you coming into bigger fights like this, bro? Or is it? Um,
there's never really pressure. I don't. One of my coaches, Joyo, but he says we don't do pressure, we do preparation. that's what the whole 8 week camp is for, you know. Because at the end of the camp, like I had my last session earlier on, I know that I've put everything into this camp. Yeah, I've not left no stone unturned. And I'm confident. So why is there going to be pressure there? There'd be pressure there if I was like, oh, on this day I didn't go to the gym, or on this day I missed this session. Nah, man, I was turning up to everything. So there's no pressure. I'm ready to clip my belt, man.
Shit, man. And what do you think about and coming into and sort of at the last minute flipping the script and changing your opponent, getting a championship fight from just something that was scheduled on the card? Yeah, bro. What are your thoughts about that? And do you think what do you think about short notice? The short notice part, bro. Does that play any factor into coming into this one?
No, not really. You know, I've done short notice before. I've done 24 hours notice and knocked the guy out on FCC. So it's not really nothing new to me. When I fought on Golden Ticket last for the title, that was on 2 weeks notice, and had
Yeah,
absolute war that could have went either way. Unfortunately, it went to my opponent. But these short notice things, it don't matter because I'm always in the gym training.
yeah, man. I mean, when a fighter takes a fight short notice, bro, is it usually? Would you say it's usually up to that fighter? So it's usually how they feel like physically, bro. If they've been training, um, do you say that like what plays into a fighter's mind when they decide to take a fight short notice?
I don't know, you know, bro. It's all down to the fighter. But me, I'm game, man. Like, it don't matter full camp short notice. I'm always in the gym training, regardless. 2, 3 sessions a day. That's normal. I train full time. I don't do nothing else. So when these little opportunities come across, I'm always ready to take them because I'm always in the gym.
And speaking of the gym, yeah, bro, it's not just any usual gym, bro. It's a Team Renegade out there, man. You're repping Birmingham, bro. Yeah. Um, and how does that feel to you, man? That experience, yeah. How's it been? You're under Tom Breeze and you got Jai Herbert there, bro. And you know that guys like Aiden Lee have trained there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's an absolute pleasure to be representing them, man. Like every time I represent that gym, there's like, yo, like I'm one of the young guns coming out of there, you know, and people need to watch out for that because we're all high level, we're all grafting in the gym hard, and everyone from that gym's dangerous, you know. So it's just absolute pleasure to have Tom Breeze as a head coach and all the UFC fighters and cage warriors champions and Bellator fighters helping me in the gym and guiding me on my journey, man. All that stuff rubs off, man.
that must be but it must be like, you know, you must feel your game every day and every training session has got to be, from there to there to there to there, bro. You must feel like, with every boy, every fight in that gym, yeah, you must feel like every training session, bro, you got to come in, you got to raise that game 110%.
Yeah, always, man. Always climbing together and getting better each day together. You know, we'll grow as a team always.
And, but in your opinion, how important is it to have a gym where you feel comfortable? Yeah, especially going into big fights like championship fights. How important is it for a fighter to have a gym where they feel comfortable, bro, and a place where they can focus on the task at hand and not get like sidetracked?
Yeah, the camp's everything, man. If you're not comfortable in the camp, then I'd suggest you move. You know, because they're your coaches that you have to have faith in for the camp. They're the people that are guiding you, and if you're not confident in them, then you need to find a new gym.
Yeah, 100, 100, bro. And when you're in the when you come into the gym, bro, like say you're not fighting, yeah, and you just come in for just a session, yeah, for just a training session.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, do you have a set routine, bro, or is it the same whether you just come in for a normal session or we're in a fight? Or do you do anything different?
Um, I say it's different really. If you're in camp, you want to be working on certain things and other stuff. But when I ain't got a fight coming up, I'll come to the gym. I'll focus on learning. I won't go as hard as much. I'm just
Yeah.
like a sponge in it. You want to be soaking all the information in and all that kind of stuff. Just improving every time. Then when you got a fight coming up, you focus the whole camp on the fight. You get ready, you get sharp, and all that kind of stuff.
So would it be different if you came off a fight? Yeah, but say you won the fight, but you feel that there are some things you needed to work on. Would that be different than when you come in the gym the next day or the next week, bro, and say, you know what, I need to go work on this? Is that something you would do?
Yeah, yeah. So whatever I don't think I done one in a fight or whatever I wanted to work on, I go back to the gym. So I'm a coaches and we get working on that.
And but how important is when you're in a fight like that, like a championship fight or any fight, bro? To be fair, how important is it for you to have a game plan coming in, like study your opponent, or is it just for you, bro? Personally, is it just like adrenaline? Like I'll just go with the flow and see what he does, and I'll try to counteract it.
Yeah, this fight I'm just focusing on me. Like it's all right to go in with a game plan, but me, I go with the flow in there. I've prepared everywhere. So confident everywhere. Say I'm not winning on the feet, you
Yeah.
try and take it to the ground, or I'm not winning on the ground, you keep it standing. It's all on the fighter really, where you're comfortable and whatnot.
So say, so how, bro, and I can see the confidence level is 100 right now, bro. Yeah. So, but flip the script here and say you weren't that confident coming, yeah, bro, and say you were like round two, and you're one round down, bro. How would that um how would that impact a fighter mentally, bro? If you're not confident and you weren't confident coming in.
Um, I don't really know. I ain't ever been in that position where I've not been
Um,
confident in the fight, but I can't really answer that one, bro, because I've never been in that position.
no, but it just shows like how important confidence is, though, right, bro? I mean, you can't just go into a fight. You know you're a fighter. You know you're there to do the job, right, bro?
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so if you're not confident, yeah, you just I don't want to say the word, but um, you're not all there, bro. Mentally, you're gonna crack. You know,
Yeah, definitely.
so
Confidence is key, man. You have to
yeah,
believe in your skill set.
yeah. So for you, bro, how Mo, and I was just leading up to a question there. How important is it like for you to be mentally strong coming into each fight, bro? Yeah, because you're an amateur. You know that there probably isn't, the only thing that you're getting out of this career is that experience. Yeah, that learning curve. Yeah, well, and how important is it to keep mentally strong, yeah, bro, to get on that bigger path?
Yeah, say that again, bro. You lost me a bit.
Oh, okay, nah, sorry, bro. So for a fighter, yeah, uh,
Yeah.
how important is mental strength? Yeah, moment to be mind strong, going into every fight, as your career evolves.
Well, it's important. You have to, as I said, you have to believe in your skill set. If you don't believe in your skill set, who is going to believe in your skill set? No one. So at the end of the day, it's you going in that cage. It's not someone else going in there for you. So if you're not confident, then I don't really know what to say.
Um, and then boy, um, if you fought on quite a few shows as well, but like throughout your career, you traveled FCC and Celtic Gladiator and the whole joint. Yeah, but when you fought mostly in Manchester, so I'm not gonna say traveling, but like when you go to fight these different shows, bro, yeah, do you feel that the atmosphere, the vibe is the same, or do you feel that it's different when you go to different promotions?
I feel like the atmosphere was was the best when I fought on Cage Warriors, to be honest, because it was such a big professional run show. Like, just like it was just wicked, man. And then also fighting in Wolverhampton. It's basically fighting in home because Wolverhampton's about what 15 minutes away from Birmingham, and I bring a big army when I fight down there, man. So the atmosphere is great, you know, when you've got a big crowd there and everyone's watching and supporting it, especially when you got your people there. It's good, man.
Yeah, man. No, 100%, bro. And you know, when I just want to go back to training, yeah, bro. In training for this fight, because you were scheduled to fight someone else before this, yeah. But what was your training like going in? Where like did you focus on something specific coming into this fight, coming into a golden ticket ball? Um, or was it just as you would do normally?
No, it was focusing on me this time. Didn't really care what the opponent was gonna do because I've said this about 5 times now, but I focus on myself and
Yeah.
my skill set, developing my skill set and showing my skills and all that kind of stuff. You know?
So it wasn't so it wasn't anything specific, but it was just
Not
going with the flow, really, man.
yeah,
Yeah.
basically.
Nah, no, but I think the sick ball because sometimes like for some fans it's different, right?
Yeah,
It could get complicated. And you gotta just keep it the way you want to keep it. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
Yeah, because some fighters, but the mindset's different. Yeah, the
yeah.
whole game's different. You know what I'm saying? Now, boy, I wanna say good luck, man. Shit, it's gonna be the one, man. How is it fighting at home, man? Wolverhampton, bro, golden ticket. You're gonna have the advantage coming in, man. Straight up, home field.
Yeah, it's good, man. I sold like loads of tickets, man. I had to reorder some more halfway through the camp and stuff. So I just
Son.
can't wait. It's gonna be a good atmosphere. Got all my people down supporting. I can't wait, man. It's gonna be like the first fight with a crowd in a while because my last two were behind closed doors. So it'd be good, man, to get to feed off the energy of the crowd and stuff. So I can't wait.
It's gonna be a banger, man. Especially with all the fans, all the hometown fans repping as well. Um,
Yeah.
oh, and just a quick wrap off, man. When you get to do these like social media, bro, these interviews, yeah. How is that, bro? Because obviously you're getting your name out there, right? And you're getting that sort of that sort of experience in front of the camera, boy, doing the thing. You know what I mean? So, is that how is that, boy? And how is that experience for you, man? When you get to sort of go on these different shows and sort of talk that talk, man.
It's kind of normal. Like since my second amateur fight, I've always done these, you know. And then like as I've grew bigger, I've obviously got loads more people shouting me for them. But it's good exposure for both of us. Like you're getting exposure now, I'm getting exposure, and it benefits the both of us. And also doing because I like helping, like say people like you coming up, like to get another fighter on. It's good, you know. That's the kind of person I am. I like to help people and show support to other people as well.
No, I respect, man. I appreciate that, brother.
It's
And
cool, man.
well, to just end it, yeah. Who were some of the fighters that you admired, bro, growing up, and who inspired you to come into this sport?
So for the first UFC fighter that I seen was Tito Ortiz. He was a banger, man. He was a gangster. And then I started watching the Diaz brothers, Nick and Nate. I love them guys, man. They're wicked fighters, and Jose Aldo as well. Guy's a legend, man.
100%.
So yeah. And
Yeah,
obviously when I first got into MMA, it was Leon Edwards. I'd see him in the gym and stuff, and then see him fighting on UFC, and I was like, whoa. And it was proper cool as well, man. At the time, I was just a young kid, and he welcomed me into the gym, and that it helped me a lot. And then still helps me now. Like he's cornering me on Saturday, so
Oh
it's
shit.
good, man, to be around these kind of people.
Oh shit, boy. Man got Leon Edwards out there in the corner. No, but respect, man, and I appreciate you come up. I appreciate the time as well, man. Thank you for coming on to chat it up with me, bro.
Nah, it's cool, man. Thank you for having me.
No, man, no problem at all, man. And good luck. Good luck this weekend, brother.
Yeah, thank you, bro.
Bring that bell home, man.
Yeah, come on.
Safe for now. Take care, man. Have a good day, bro.
You too, bro. Thank you again.